Welcome back, everybody. Cliff again, coming to you with my second Vassal module. Little walkthrough. Decided to make one for TakeCover, a relatively simple card-based tactical game from Worthington Games. Fun little game. You can pop off a game with a friend in 30-40 minutes. Great lunchtime game, but if you're like me, if you're at lunch, you don't always have your game box at hand. So I like to have a Vassal module, and in addition, besides playing synchronously with my friends via the computer, whether they're with me in the state, here in frigid Michigan, or wherever they live in the world, I've also made a way to play this solitaire using Stuka Joe's CDG system that I talked about in a previous video. So let me just walk you through this module. It's really pretty simple if you've used Vassal. So I'm at the splash screen. I'm just going to hit next for a new game. And you can pick what side. If you're playing against a friend, you're either the Germans or the Soviets. Or you can play solitaire. You can pop into somebody else's game and just observe, but you won't be able to do much. So I'm just going to say solitaire and hit finish, and we pop up our main screen. We can log if we want. I'm not going to log right now. I've made the commands feed back into the chat window so that you can capture a meaningful log and create an after action report that way. Alright, so our main map. We've got our two German squads, upper and lower, and we've got our two Soviet squads, upper and lower. These colored regions to the sides are where you're going to play your cards. You can play up to 3 cards on your squads. You can have a weapon, you can have a terrain, you can have a leader. There's enough room to lay them there. So the buttons up here at the top. We got our back button, our undo. We have a step forward if you have a log file you're looking through. The globe is our controls for the server if you want to set up a game to play against a friend. This is to switch sides. Right now, as solitaire, I can see the bot hand, the Soviet hand, and the German hand. But if I switch to German, then the bot and the Soviets will be grayed out and you can only see the German hand. Likewise, if you're the Soviets, you can only see the Soviet hand. And if you're just observing, you can't see any hands. So I'm just going to switch back to the solitaire mode so I can see everything, because we have private windows for your hands. This is the card deck. We have our TakeCover cards here in a discard pile. I'm going to already have to make a revision reading through the rules. I have my discard pile face up. I should have it face down. I'm going to catch little things like that, and I'll be releasing a revision of the first module. This is version 1.0.0. I'll have 1.0.5 for my revisions in a bit, after I've play tested it or I get feedback from you. Feedback is always appreciated. Alrighty. We've got a D10 up here. It is a true 10. You can roll 10s on it. Though you have to click for a while, you get to a 10. They're all recorded here. To play solitaire, you need your fate die for the CDG system from Stuka Joe. So that's here. You have all your fate die sides on a D6. This is the sheet, the play sheet for the CDG solo system for TakeCover. This is slightly modified from the one that I released onto BGG under the files. So just a few clarifications in there, but you have that sheet. The CDG system from Stuka Joe is free online as print and play. You can get it from the GMT site, or you can buy copies from the GMT site where you'll get a fate die. You can just print the labels and stick them onto one of your D6s too. This is the bot hand. So we got 5 cards, A through E, and I've got draw buttons that automatically draw for you out of the deck. And the deck, when you draw down and the whole deck is gone, it will automatically reshuffle out of the discard pile, so you don't have to worry about reshuffling. And then for the bot, for these, you get to flip the first 2 cards. That's why they're white here. and then you'll be doing the CDG bot. So that's the bot hand. Likewise, we have a hand for the Soviets that have their own draw button. But if I'm playing as the Germans, I would want the German hand. And I would draw and flip them. I have them not flipped by default so that they won't flip up on the bot hand. And then you begin playing like normal. And all you have to do is drag them on to the... If I decide I want to put a building here, I can position that here. And it says, hey, the building's placed on the upper German squad. And later I might have a leader on there. And I just kind of overlap them a bit. And then if I had a weapon, see if I get lucky and get a weapon here. No weapons. I'm going to discard and get a weapon. Come on, give me a weapon. Discard. Well, if I have a weapon, I'm getting tired of this. I just put it here. There's plenty of room to organize these guys. And you can see them. If you play in advance, if you have a leader and you play in advance, you can just click on this card and put an advance marker on. I usually put them up here by the 2. If you get hit, you just put a hit on. Get hit again, we'll put another hit on. Get hit again, and you're dead. If you're dead, you just hit KIA, and your squad is marked as such. So we got the 3 hands here, and we got the ability to shoot screenshots and zoom in, standard stuff. That's really it. This is a simple game, easy to play. I've tried to make it intuitive. All you have to have is your hand up. If you're playing against the bot, then you have to have the bot's hand up too, and you have to be rolling the action die. But if you're playing against a friend, they'll have their hand up. You can't see it. You have your hand up. They can't see it. You play cards. It records. You take shots with the D10. You gather up your hits, and you kill the squads. And you can mark the squads as KIA when you get them. And if you get them both, you win. Hey, it was fun. It was an easy one. I got to learn how to make those draw buttons. I'm going to continue to make modules for Vassal this year. And moving on, it's a hobby within a hobby. If you have games that you think are deserving of a Vassal module and you want me to take a stab at it, let me know. Hope that you enjoy this. I'm glad that Worthington Games was so flexible and allowed us to release this. It's available on the Vassal site under modules for TakeCover. Give me feedback. Give it a try. I'll see you guys next time. Later.